reference it later. Okay. All right. So this first lesson is basically going through all of the different vocabulary that we need for the chapter. Okay. How do we name these things? What's the difference in some notation? Notation is very important in geometry. Okay. So we're going to make a big deal about some things. So a point has no dimension. Okay, we're going to name points with capital letters. Okay, they're always going to be capital letters. We're going to be pretty basic when we talk about the name. It's just point A. All right, there's no special notation for point A. Now, a point has no dimension. What about a line? Okay. All right. Has one dimension. Okay. This is a very important definition in geometry. A line goes through any 2 points. Okay. So if we have 2 points, we can make a line. All right, so I'm going to have you draw this line. There is a lowercase cursive L, and there's points A and B. When we name a line, we can either name it line L. Okay, so whatever that cursive lowercase letter is, like maybe it's an M, maybe it's a B, but it's going to be named a letter. Like your name is Nora and your name is Alexa. Okay, this line's name is L. Okay, we can also name a line based off of any 2 points it goes through. Okay, if we do that, we have to use this notation. So AB with the line above it, or we could name this BA with the line above it. It wouldn't matter the order. What's part of our definition going to be for a plane? Has how many dimensions?
2.
Okay. Has 2 dimensions. Who can give me an example in this room of a plane? The wall is a plane. The floor is a plane. Your folder is a plane. Okay. Now, I know that like it has some thickness. I know it's a 3-dimensional object, right? But if we just talk about like the surface of the wall, that's a plane. Okay. through any 3 points makes a plane. Okay, so it takes at least 2 points to draw a line. It takes at least 3 points to make a plane. Okay, so I'm gonna have you draw this plane. I basically drew what I hope looks to you like a piece of paper. Okay, I named it M with a capital M, and then I have 3 points inside of it.
What would happen if you have like F, G, I? Would that make sense? Do they have to do with it?
Oh, no, you're just, it's just names. You'll see, it could be any letter to name them. Okay, so when we have a plane, there could be an uppercase cursive letter that's its name. All right, so we can call this plane M. Okay, or we could use 3 points to name the plane. So we could call this plane CDE or DEC or ECD. It doesn't matter, whatever order you want to go with. Okay, now we could do some things with this picture, right? I could say, C and D. I could draw a line with those 2 points if I wanted to. If I have 2 points, we can make a line. Okay, we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay. All right, these next 2 definitions, collinear points and coplanar points, you should be familiar with collinear. A little bit. Maybe turn to your elbow partner and see if you can come up with what that means. What does it mean to be collinear points? Talk to your neighbor real quick. Right, I really liked Sam's. Co is like partner, so they're like partners of lines. How could that apply to what's happening? What do you guys talk about over here? Well, something about points, right? Okay. Okay. We have points that are maybe close, they're maybe far away, but they could be, they don't have to be. Brayden? They don't have to, so we're just talking about points. Let's just talk about 2 points. Collinear, they share. Yes. Points. Same line, okay? Collinear points means they're on the same line. So what does it mean to be coplanar? Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do, keep this open, but also turn in your folder to page 1. Okay, we're coming back to that journal, so keep it open. But since we've talked about all this, let's talk about this picture right here. Okay. All right, so I want you to help me out. I want to know 2 other ways to name what sort of geometry figure are we talking about here? RS is a line. Okay, so here is our line. Benjamin, what's one way we could name it? Okay, so we could name it SR with a line above it. Okay. What's another way? Harvey. Line L. Okay. Another way. I know I only said 2. Let's go for another. Benjamin?
Line RS.
That is its original name. So I already said RS. We've already said SR. What's another name? Yeah, we could say QS because Q is also on the line.
So would that make it a plane?
No, because these 3 points are, I mean, they are coplanar, but they're also collinear because they're on the same line. Okay. Sam?
So RQ.
RQ would be a way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things you could put here. Okay.
Could you like draw out the line and do like?
Well, that would be this right here, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's already named RS with the line above it, so I'm looking for alternatives. Okay, yeah. Ah, that is a great question. We cannot name it RQS. If you're naming a line, it has to be only 2 points. Okay, I know that the 3 points are collinear, but it needs to be only 2. If you do this, I would dock off points off of that problem. Okay, that's a good question. Thank you for asking that. Okay, so let's talk about plane P. Okay, other ways to name plane P. Okay, well, we've already named it with the capital letter. So how many points can we grab for a plane? How many points do we need to name a plane?
3.
3, all right? So Sam, give me 3 points in plane P.
R, Q, and S.
Okay. What's another one? Okay. I'm actually going to stop you. I don't want you to write RQS. I have an issue with naming it RQS. Why do you think I have an issue naming it RQS? Okay, they're collinear, so I really could put an infinite number of planes through that line. Okay, so I would prefer that you did not pick 3 points that were collinear. So if you're going to pick R and Q, what is the 3rd point I would need you to pick? RQV. All right. Is T an option? No, it's not in the plane. Is N an option? No, it's not in the plane. So we could name it, I don't know, QSV. Plane QSV. Okay. Okay. The reason we did that, that leads us to question number 3. Our collinear points are R, Q, and S. They're collinear. I don't want you to pick 3 collinear points for a plane because that's technically not a unique name for it. I can fit a bunch of planes through there. Okay. What are the 2 points not collinear to R, S, and B? N and T. All right, so what I need you to do is I'm going to have you take 1 minute and answer the questions below with plane R, lines M and N. Okay. I want you to answer these questions right here. And I am totally fine if you and your elbow partner consult each other. Work together on it. All right, Sam, what did you write for the first question?
QP, SP, P and T, PS, CP.
All right, I'm gonna stop you right there. When we are talking about PQ, we're talking about this line right here, right? That I have highlighted in yellow.
Yeah,
Okay. So I like QP, but what was the other one that you said? Did you say S?
yeah,
Okay, I want you to look at my picture up there. Is S on that highlighted line?
no,
No. So S would not be a part of the name. Okay, so instead, do you see any other named points on that line? Besides Q and P?
no.
No. So we might have to use this guy right here. All right, so we can also call this line N. But these would be literally the only two ways to name it because we don't have any other named points on our line.
Wait, we're using lines and capitalize it.
That is not a capital L. I made it kind of, so just line N. And then this guy is always lowercase.
Oh, I thought you said not only the uppercase.
The uppercase would be for planes, lowercase for lines. Okay.
If you get that mixed up,
I could, yeah, because it is a difference. Okay. All right. Clark, second one. What are two more ways to name plane R?
I would put plain STV and plain TVS.
STV and plane, what was the second one?
Plain TVS.
Okay. You could have also used P, right? Just don't use Q. Okay. All right. I want to know 3 collinear points, Nora.
SPT.
S, P, and T are collinear points. Good. And then Presley, give me 4 coplanar points.
PS, P and T.
Great. Okay. So now let's go back to our journal and we need to talk about line segments and points and rays. All right. So a line segment, I'm going to first have you draw it. So a line segment is a segment of a line and it has endpoints. Okay. So what we have here, we're going to name it AB with just a dash above it. So it's like a line, but it doesn't have arrows. And it consists of endpoints and all the points in between. Okay. So a line goes on forever in both directions, but a line segment has endpoints. It starts and stops, and it has all the points in between the start and the stop. So if you compare it to like this line up here, this is line AB. But if we are talking about just this piece right here, this piece is line segment AB. Okay. Then we have what's called a ray, right? A ray, I'm gonna draw the picture first again, okay? This would be considered ray AB, which would be different than this picture, which would be ray BA, which is a terrible picture. I'm gonna go ahead and redo that one. So we have an endpoint. Okay, but only one endpoint. Okay. And then it has points going forever in the other direction. Okay. I'm not going to write out the whole thing because I think it's a lot of words to describe. Look, we have an endpoint and it continues on forever in the other direction. Okay. In opposite direction. Now, do you see the difference between ray AB and ray BA? The end point of the ray has to be named first. It has to be. Okay. All right. I want you to draw this picture under opposite rays. Okay. So opposite rays, what do you think the definition is? Rays that go opposite direction, but something else has to be specific about it. So two rays that go in the opposite direction and okay, they need to share an endpoint. Okay, so BC and BA are opposite rays. Okay, they go in opposite directions. But they share the endpoint. Okay, last definition. Two lines. They intersect at another line?
At a point.
Oh, they intersect at a point, okay? two lines intersect at a point. So last year, you algebraically found the intersection of two lines many times using maybe substitution or elimination, right? Remember that? It was like right before winter break. Miss, oh, you had Miss Kayla. Just kidding. Okay. What about the intersection of two planes? What is their intersection gonna look like? Are two planes gonna intersect at a point? The answer is no. They intersect at a line. Okay, I want you to think about if you took two pieces of paper okay, and you like cut them and then you like put them together. Okay, this is the intersection of two planes. Notice how we could draw a line there, right? The intersection of two planes is a line.
What about both balls?
Yes, the two balls intersect in that corner line. Very good. I love it. Okay. All right, so let's go back to your folder and we'll go to page 2. Okay, and I'm actually gonna go to this rectangular prism right there, right here. So in this rectangular prism, we have line segment FG and line segment EF. How do I know that it's a segment? I'm saying line segment. How do I know that?
The line doesn't.
Okay, number 1, okay, the lines, but this notation right here is what I want you to pay attention to. These are talking about line segments. Okay, so what's their intersection? Okay, point F. Okay. Now, I know it takes 3 points to name a plane, but when we're talking about like here, this rectangular prism, they're naming all 4 points that make a side to help you out. So we have plane EFGH, so this guy right here, and we have plane CBFG, this guy right here. Okay, where do they intersect at? First of all, am I naming a point or a line? A line, okay, and since we named line segments up here, we'll do that here. What is our line segment? G. Yeah. Okay. Now I find it helpful to like trace out which planes they're talking about. If you want to actually use like a highlighter or, you know, 2 colors of highlighters, if you colored pencils so you can erase, you do whatever helps you. Okay. All right, so let's talk about my expectations for your homework because we have about 2 minutes. So your homework, if you turn the page to page 4, your homework is page 4 and 5. Okay. Around lunchtime, I will probably get everything on Google Classroom. I can't promise it, but that is my hope. On Google Classroom, you will find this video. You will find the PDF notes. You'll also find the answer key to this worksheet. My expectation is that you complete the worksheet And you check your answers before you come to class tomorrow. Does that make sense? Okay. And I will be in flex tomorrow, so. if you Have questions. Unless I have like a puking child or something.